Hey everyone, Lou here. Welcome to Deciphered, the podcast where we take cryptic topics and make them understandable for all. It's been a while since I did one of these. I just had various projects and, life in general got in the way. But, I figure now's the time maybe to, steamroll some new ideas and new topics of discussion and, chat about them a little bit. This one in particular is about life of leisure. I'm sure you all heard the expression before. He's living the life of leisure. What does that mean? What is leisure? Well, without searching through a dictionary and getting some scientific explanation for it, I'm just going to my opinion on what it is. Living the high life. Maybe not so high. Maybe, more easy, I guess. Easy going. Relaxing on a hammock. In front of a beach, maybe in your room playing video games. Maybe that's the life of leisure. I don't know, or spending time with your family. It's really up to the individual. Now, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 years ago, having a leisure kind of life was probably way different than what it is today. See, today, to live a life of leisure, to, what's the other saying, to have your cake and eat it too, you have to be rich, or a person with money. I mean, sure, you could, enjoy everything around you, but, sometimes it's not enough for selected people. Other people is completely fine. I mean, people tell me all the time, be happy with what you have. And, that's the truth. Because it seems trying to achieve anything else beyond your means, you're headed for a migraine of a headache. Pretty much. So, I can't stress enough how truthful it is when enjoy what you have, what you own, and your leisure, what makes you happy. I learned the hard way over a course of a couple of years that, you can't always get what you want, but you can get what you need. And I think that's, in itself, the right way to go. Now, sometimes that's just not enough for people. Their life of leisure is to live life on the edge and just keep going. Sure, you have, ambitious people who do ambitious things. But who else are ambitious? Rapists. Just kidding. That was my poor attempt at humor. Now, I'm just saying, listen, if you want to strive for the goal, be up top, the supreme being or whatever it is that, gets you where you're going quick. More power to you, sure, fine. But, you have to understand that not everyone has the ability or the needs to, achieve great things. Sure, in theory, it's thinkable and probably doable, but with that comes sacrifices. Now, these things come normal for people that have money because they have, cash to burn or, maybe a unlimited supply of friends that pat them on the back and say, you failed, but keep trying. Good job. And that's great. But like I said, once again, not everyone has the needs of achieving greatness. They have the needs of achieving what they need. That's it. You get my point here? So yeah, what I'm really trying to say is living the life of leisure is that in itself is, just enjoying what's around you, relaxing, don't get this confused with being lazy. Sitting on your butt all day, playing video games while the world passes around you. Yeah, that doesn't seem like you're accomplishing a lot. Maybe you're comfortable, but there's other shit that you could do out there. But no, like I said, you hear people say, one person's trash is another person's treasure. It's just how it is. No one is equal in that sense. I'm not saying, this person is better for, achieving these goals because they have the means and this person didn't work hard enough. No, I'm not going to discredit anyone for anything what they got so far. If you got something that's gold, works for you, and necessarily might not work for the person around you. And these are just things, people have to accept, I think, as they get older. Some people find it maddening and frustrating well, how come this person can't reach this? He's doing the same thing I'm doing, and just there's a missing link. No, It may be because he doesn't want to do that, or maybe he just had enough, you know? Some people's psyche and stress are not, equal to the person next to you, But that doesn't take away anything. They have different traits that they could apply to that makes them, comfortable with what they're doing. They don't stress over it. They don't lose sleep over it. That's their life of leisure. As opposed to another person. Another person might like going on, a yacht trip or a boating trip. Some kind of fancy, way of life. And then, or, some people, work 8 hours a day, come home to a madhouse or whatever. And then all they want to do after that is just sit in front of the TV, watch the game, play their video games, or listen to music. That's their life of leisure. You see what I'm saying? No matter what the circumstance, no matter what you have, leisure isn't something you could obtain with money or, working towards. I mean, it can be, but like I said, it's work. You have to work for it. Leisure should be something you already have and can relax and say, yeah, today sucked, but at least I have this to look up to. That is what leisure is. Just, after a long, hard day of work, or, completing some complicated task, and if your relief is, tackling the next, impossible task, or just sitting back, cracking open a beer and saying, yeah, I did that. Or, yeah, you know what? I deserve this. That is the life of leisure. When you can look back and say, I don't have to worry about this, I did it, or I feel comfortable where I'm at, that is leisure. Now imagine this. It's just a scenario. It may or may not happen. Who knows? I'm just painting a picture here. Suppose you work really hard, do everything you got to do, and you fail at whatever you were trying to achieve. It could be heartbreaking. And damn near break your spirit. But, is it rewarding? Maybe. After all the, smoke is cleared, to just, tell yourself, I tried, I did my best, and I'm just going to, relax, maybe take everything in. Could I leisurely blow off something I've been trying to accomplish and not quite getting there, Do you take a step back and, lick your wounds and collect yourself before moving on and tackling it again? Or what, Once again, this is something for, said individual, Either going to be an overachiever, achieve just enough. The bottom line is, it's whatever you want to do. Don't ever let someone pressure you into doing the unthinkable. You know your means, you know how your body works, and you know your mentality. It's always good to press yourself and maybe, take that extra step, but also if you want to. A lot of people lose themselves by, killing their bodies over and over again, putting themselves through these trials and errors, Sometimes there's a huge payoff, and that's more satisfying than anything in the world. But then there's utter defeat, which it's hard to come back from. So you have to weigh the balance there. A life of leisure should be this. Just taking it easy, one step at a time, work hard, achieve hard, and in the end, if you want to have that beer or relax in front of that television, then do it. You earned it. Leisure is the mother of philosophy. Thank you all for taking the time to listen to my brief podcast here about living a life of leisure and everything in between. Remember, guys, don't take life too seriously, or anything that would just bring you down to a never-ending downward spiral. There's a lot more to life than sweating the small stuff, as they say. Until next time, take care.